the availability or non-availability of the dollar. If we really want to strengthen the naira, if you are buying oil from Nigeria, you pay us in naira. We pay us in naira, and then we convert it to dollar when we want to convert it to dollar. Until we make naira to be our legal tender, the only legal tender. We have stores in Nigeria that collects data. We have businesses in Nigeria that collect their money in dollar. So what you have stores, you have different businesses that the currency for exchange is the dollar here in Nigeria, and then the Consumer Protection Agency, the central bank that regulates the monetary policy has not done anything whatsoever about that. You go and establish a business in America and tell them that you want to be collecting your money in naira, and see whether the IRS will not come after you.
Okay, well, this is a good way to drop it this morning. I would like to thank you, Mr. Jide Johnson, for coming on the show and sharing your thoughts with us on the headlines on our national day.
Nyango, it's a pleasure to be with you after a long while that you have gone on sabbatical. But it's a masculine approach to the weekend, so it's going to be a tough, hard, sweet weekend because it's men.
That's a polite way of saying that you miss Rume. I hear you. Thank you so much. We'll be talking with Mr. Jide. We'll be talking with Mr. Jide Johnson, Senior Lecturer, Nigerian Institute of Journalism, on Off the Press, where we're looking at some of the headlines on some of our national dailies. We'll take a short break now, and when we return, we'll be talking mental health. Stay with us.
Sometimes, it's not just the distance we travel. It's the gaps we close. It's not the things we buy. It's the memories we create. Sometimes, it's beyond the places we go. It's the connections we make. Not just the things we taste. It's the taste of things to come. And it's never a question of if, but when. Because life is always just a bit better with American Express. Introducing the Access Bank American Express Gold Card and the Metal Platinum Card, now available through Access Bank.
Nigeria's Niger Delta region, from where the black gold fuels Africa's largest economy, where the lines between wealth and poverty has never been thinner. Conflicts, poverty, insecurity, and environmental challenges daily confront the region. How can the Niger Delta story be changed for the better?
Join Mamude Akuga at 9 p.m. every Friday evening on Plus TV Africa as he probes deep in search of solutions.
Inside the Niger Delta with Mamude Akuga, the authentic voice of Nigeria's oil-rich region.
Picture this. You're sitting at a table, ready to indulge in a mouth-watering meal. Stop. For many of us, it is hard to resist the temptation, especially when it comes to enjoying a juicy beef dish. But have you ever stopped to think about the impact of your food choices on the greater good? Our food choices have a great impact on others. The beef industry is one of the leading contributors to deforestation. As trees are cleared to make way for cattle ranching, it not only disrupts the delicate balance of ecosystems, but also contributes to climate change. We can make a difference with our choices. It does not mean we all have to become vegans overnight. Imagine enjoying fish and poultry a few times a week, indulging in beef just once a month, and filling our plates with plenty of plant-based goodness. Every little bit counts. And even small reductions in our intake can make a huge impact on the climate. By making smarter food choices, we're not only taking care of ourselves, but also the planet we call home. Remember, the choices we make today lead to a better tomorrow.
Very good. I was going to say very good morning to you. I'm not starting the show right now, but thanks for staying with us. It's time now to talk about mental health, and we're being joined by Dr. Kumbi Oyedele. Good morning. Good morning and welcome to the program. Okay, let's just start with you. A personal note before we go into mental health. When we are in Lagos, we know that mental health should be like an anthem we sing all the time because it's quite stressful being in Lagos alone. Okay, but you run a foundation. I'd like to just get to know about this foundation. What informed the foundation, why you went into mental health issues and all that. So let's just get to know that.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me on the show. Why did I start the foundation? Yes, the name of the foundation is Living Vines Mental Health Foundation. And so we started because of a need. So I'm based in Maryland, and I decided to just do some kind of a survey.
No. When you say Maryland, we have to know which of the Marylands, because we have London here, we have Maryland here in this Lagos, we have so many other countries in this Lagos.
I am based in Maryland. I'm in the U.S.
Okay, yes, we should know that.
Yes, so okay. I study I'm a mental health therapist back in the U.S. And so I wanted to find out, just do some kind of a research to find out how much, the need for mental health in Nigeria. And so I kind of went through, I did some survey, and I found out that there was a huge need and that people responded on social media and said that they need a therapist or they need mental health services. And so that's how we started, really. We started with a support group, and when we started, over 400, 500 people responded and said that they needed mental health services. And so we started connecting people. We have a support group. And so we formed the group where people can actually talk about their needs. And there's no stigma attached to the needs and or some of those things that people are afraid to talk about with their family members or even close friends. So we said that, and now we have several support groups. So that's how we have started. We started over a year ago. That was how the mental health started. But of course, it started with me being a mental health therapist and knowing that there's a huge need. I didn't know how much of a need it was until I stepped out and I had an overwhelming response for the need.
So you think there's so much deficit, not enough is being done in Nigeria regarding mental health?
I would say that things have been done.
But not enough.
No, of course. And it's also because there's a lot of stigma, right? People attached or think that they are referred as being crazy, and nobody wants to be labeled as being crazy when they're going through regular life stressors and they need someone to just go through with support them. And so one of the things I would say is, yes, there's a huge need to destigmatize mental health services. And so that was what we did. We decided to give people the chance to actually express themselves and identify and talk about the needs and some things that are going on in their mind. So when you identify that, so there's another person that is actually going through that really helped. So that was what we started. And that's how it started, and we've been going around and helping people and having the support group, and now we're officially launching on May 1st, but we have been doing the work before then.
Oh, how long have you been, have you existed before now the launching is just coming in?
Over a year.
in May?
Over a year, yes. We started over a year
Why
ago.
did it take so long?
Well, because...
Testing the waters.
Well, it was, there's a lot of groundwork that had to be done, right? You had to, first of all, find people that were trusted. It had to find, also, we do have volunteers. And we do free mental health services for people. So we had to find people that were compassionate and willing to do the work and have the idea, right? So we have people that are volunteer therapists and staffing and all of that. So it took a while to get all of those in place. And then now we just want to, share with the world what we are doing.
Are you flying solo, or you're collaborating with some organizations or even the government?
We are hoping to do that. And so, of course, that's one of what the launch is about, right? We're hoping to let people know that we're willing to collaborate with, because this is not you can't do this by yourself. You need a support group. We need the partnership. So yes, we're hoping to partner with NGOs. And we're also to partner with churches, partner with people around, and the government. So we're currently hoping to do because we're focused on mental health and substance use disorder. That's addiction, right? Drugs and alcohol addiction. And so one of the things that we want to do, we're into prevention. And so one of the things that we want to do is go into secondary schools and talk to secondary school students. And talk to them about the effect of mental, both understanding what mental health is and helping them to identify the effects of using marijuana, drugs, and alcohol early. So that's one of the things. We're doing prevention services as well. So we want to
that's really critical. People need to know what mental health is and the dangers and all that. I'm focusing on what you're doing because I'm hoping that you are not going to be the only one who is doing this, that some other person can also rise up somewhere and do the same thing you're doing.
Yes.
It's not like it's a marketplace. It's something that is very important for our society.
Yes.
So that's why I'm asking you. So if you can do it, someone else can do it as well.
Yes.
Yeah. But, when you talk about enlightenment, you want to get people to know about mental health. So far, what are the challenges you've faced in trying to bring this message across to the people?
I guess one of the things that we had faced was first of all, people actually talking, right, and actually expressing themselves about what he needs, and then people kind of like not taking mental health seriously. So, but I feel like with more education, with more with more talking about it, and that has really helped, right? Because people were initially afraid about, oh, what are you doing? What is this? And stuff like that. So the labeling was one of the things that people didn't understand. So with more education, I feel like there has been, that barrier has kind of been broken. Well, we still need more education on mental health. And then, just more collaboration. I'm coming from from Maryland, and people are like, "Who are you? Where are you coming from? Who do you think you are?" And I'm like, I just want to help. I'm willing to, I don't come with the persona that I know everything. There's nobody that knows everything. I'm more willing to. I just want to work. Let's work together. Let's partner together. So that's one of the things that I have come with the mind of a student. I'm willing to learn and work with everyone to get us. The focus is helping the people that need the help. So
who should drive this process of orientation, if you may, because it's an area that is so not talked about, let's say so. Maybe because of the stigma, maybe because of a lot of things, which I don't know whether I say a product of the culture or something else. But who do you think should drive this process?
The government. I think the government should definitely drive the process. I think that there are a lot of people working on the sidelines, so I can't even say, because we've come a long way. Like I said, when I started, I didn't know that there would be an overwhelming need of people saying, hey, that's because there's work that have been done. So I'm not going to say, but the government needs to do more. I think that there needs to be more of a regulation with people coming together to form different boards and different things, and there needs to be different partnerships and different organizations coming together. So I feel like there hasn't been that. The government needs to be doing that upfront, because we are losing our youth to substance use. And of course also mental health, and so issues, mental health challenges. And so if the government is not willing, the government has to come and say, see, we need to work with all the people that are in the trenches, the people that are in the local areas, and then partner with them. And so let us now find out what you guys have done. Let's come together and then let's push this thing out. So the government needs to do more, definitely, and that needs to come from the top up.
So while the government is doing their bit, what can the NGOs, for instance, do? Mental health, it's not just people who go, who it's not a particular class of people that can be grouped into that. Even in organizations, they need to take it seriously. People that you have employed and so many other things. But let's look at the function of NGO and even individuals in this drive.
Well, NGOs need to do more of the education, right? And let people know what they're doing. I think there are a lot of NGOs that do stuff, but people don't know what they're doing. So we need to do that more, right? They need to be given the chance to do that. There has to be some kind of a body that's also regulating all of that. And then also, I think it's just education, right? The more we talk about it, the more there is the need for people to identify. So that's what we need to do. Talk more and, go to schools, go to different areas, partner with the obas, partner with the local, the chiefs, the council. Let's get together and form some kind of a collaboration. And then a partnership, then everybody comes together and they are willing to form some kind of alliance. Then we can push things out there. It takes the community effort. It takes the village to raise a child, right? So we all need to come together and make sure that we're doing something we can express our feelings, and we have that. We have one voice. The more we have a voice, the more we're able to push the narrative that mental health, everybody has mental health, but not everybody has a mental health challenge, right? So first of all, that helps, right? Because our mental health is our thinking, right? Our thinking, our connections with people, our relationships, the way we behave. And so that's regular, that's normal.
Yeah,
so
that was going to be my next question.
Sorry.
No, I'm good with that, because we should start the education. Even if something has been done, every day is like a new day to start something.
Right.
So if we're starting the education now, we need to redefine or define, maybe not redefine because we've been defining it, but define what mental health really is. Because sometimes when you're talking about mental health, people think about those who are on the streets already, people who have this